Hello, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, people. Make sure you are smashing the likes and subscribing if you are new. We're trying to reach 1K subscribers before the end of the season, people. And yeah, another video. Once again, people, we've got videos every single day. We might have a double upload at some point, but I wanted to discuss this because obviously I'm not a fan of the news headline I've just seen, but it's also not like concrete or anything. But we're going to discuss the possibilities anyway. But what am I talking about, people? Basically, apparently West Ham will be open to offers this summer for certain players. Now, the players that were listed in the Guardian report that's been reposted on Twitter is for Konstantinos Mavropanos, Emerson Palmieri, Guido Rodriguez, and Nicholas Fulkirk. I want to discuss Emerson for a second, yeah, because I guess this is a bit of a debate. When I tweeted about this, someone did come up with a good point because I don't really look into contract situations that much. I'm not on Transfermarkt. I'm not really like of remembrance of how long people's contracts are. Each season we go in and stuff. It's very hard to remember when you sign players year in, year out and stuff and all of that. So I didn't know Emerson was on 1 year left, but I'm very much of the person, yeah, that I think Emerson should still stay. Now he is 30, but I don't think a 2 year contract would be that bad. If we could secure a 2 year contract, I think he deserves one. I think he deserves one. Hear me out. This is the reason why I think Emerson should stay. Now, despite the fact that we have bought a lot of players in the summer, we still need to buy a lot of players. Um, Realistically, I would like midfielders and a striker, ideally. But centre back depth is important if we're going to sell Mavropanos, or if we're not. Let's say we're going to sell Mavropanos and sell again when he comes back. We're going to need two centre backs, in my opinion, for four, so we can have four. I think left back is not a priority for me. It's not for me. It's not. I think Ollie Scholes, Emerson in a back three and as wing backs, and in the back four as left backs, and Cresswell as a centre back left back cover. I think we're completely fine for that. Because let's be honest, Cresswell's going to sign an extra year. They always sign him to an extra year. As much as he was close to leaving last season, Potter seems to like him. He's played him a few times. Um, as depth, cool, whatever. I want him to leave. I think we need to move on. But even let's say Cresswell does leave, just address the centre back positions instead of just putting the left back there. We've got Scholes, we've got Emerson. Scholes can play the back three and centre back as well. He's a good defensively. I trust him. Right back, we're going to need competition for Wan-Bissaka. We're going to need another left winger. Let's be honest, Guilherme is probably going to leave. Going to need a striker. Going to need midfielders. Maybe you address the goalkeeping situation because none of them, Areola and Fabianski, are good goalkeepers. But playing up from the back is also important nowadays in football because we don't want to see the ball kicked off the pitch every time. Neither of them could do that. But also, don't sign a goalkeeper that's only good at playing out from the back, like a Robert Sanchez. Well, actually, Robert Sanchez isn't even good at that. Robert Sanchez is good at nothing. What the fuck? But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like the profile of Robert Sanchez, he's meant to be that keeper that just passes out from the back and stuff, and he's not even good at that. But this is what I'm saying. I've just addressed all those positions there, just highlighted the positions of players that we need in the summer with certain profiles and stuff. Assuming that we signed a couple gems with our scouting team under Potter. Emerson is, out of all these players, Emerson is the last one that needs to be in this list. He doesn't deserve to be in this list. He doesn't. So I would sign him on a 2 year deal. If he accepts a 2 year deal, I'm sure he wouldn't mind staying. I don't know why he'd want to leave. Unless it's for a bigger club, which I don't think at this stage, at his current moment in time, as good as he is, he's going to get another big move. I'm not saying give him a big contract or anything, but if you can get something agreed for maybe if a year, two, at max 3, I would still be fine with that. I would still be fine with that. We've got a young left back and a more experienced left back, both competing for the same position. So listen, Emerson doesn't need to leave for me. I understand if he's not going to sign a new deal, you're going to have to sell him and address the position. But I guess it's one extra position. But come on, man, we got other priorities. Like I would rather you just get the Emerson contract done. And listen, I'm a man who doesn't like the club taking cheap options and stuff. But this is one of the few times where I'm like, take the cheap option and just try and give him a new contract. I think he goes under the radar. I think his worst performances are like 7 out of 10s. I don't think he goes into hiding. I don't think he makes many errors at all. I think he's very good for most systems, very balanced. I think him and Skulls bring different things in that position as well. Whether you want to play him in a three or a four at the back. So keep Emerson. As for the other players, obviously everyone knows my opinion on Konstantinos Mavropanos. I might even do a comp. I might try and find as many clips as possible and put it into a comp just for you guys. Uh, so everyone knows my feelings on that already. Uh, we should sell him, but apparently Potter does like him as well. Guido Rodriguez, we've signed him on a free, sorry. So any bit of money that we can get from him is technically profit, even though it's on a 30-year-old. I'm not too up in arms about Guido Rodriguez staying or leaving. I don't really care, to be honest. I feel like if you got a starting DM, he's not going to play anyway. So I don't really care. I don't care about Guido. I think he was heavily scapegoated in the Lopetegui era because none of these fans let players settle in at the club, but are willing to give a bye for everyone else. Yes, he's slow. I think he'd be good for a team that wants to play a low block. But I'm not up in arms if he goes. As for Fulkirk, 32, never been able to settle in. I always allow players to settle into the club. It's just clearly not meant to be. When you're injury prone, well, you had a big injury, come back, then get another big injury when it's the new manager's first game, and he was actually starting to get into a little bit of the groove of things. I'm not saying he was performing outstanding wise, but he was showing a bit of what he's capable of in the Manchester City game and in the game after, where you're bringing players into play and stuff, linking up, and you're causing the goal. If you guys remember the goal we scored against Aston Villa in the FA Cup game, we had a similar attack against Man City, where Kudus and Somerville and Paquetá were linking up quite well. So we did the exact same thing. We did the exact same attack, and it felt like they were building some form of a relationship. Even if you don't sell Nicholas Fulkirk, we need a striker regardless. I'm not trying to hear, by the way, oh, we have to sell either Fulkirk or Ings to get in a striker. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. I'm not trying to hear any bit of that. But in the future, especially around the back end of the season, we will be doing a video of keep loan, sell, or whatever, for the Graham Potter rebuild. Who would I keep, and who would you guys keep as well? We would definitely do that. But yeah, I don't understand Emerson being on that list. He's the last person, well, one of the last people I would personally put on the sale list, on the list of people I would sell at this club. But that's just me, though. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're leaving a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Road to 1K subscribers. Try to hit it before the end of the season. Take care.